Welcome to my coin. Get ready for a shocking reveal as we count down the top 5 Washington quarter dollars worth millions. You won't believe the incredible value of these rare coins. Stay tuned. You might just have one of them sitting in your collection right now. On to the interview. The 1965 Washington quarter holds significant interest for coin collectors, primarily due to several rare errors that can substantially increase its value. Understanding these errors and their values in today's market is essential for enthusiasts and investors. Transition to clad composition. In 1965, the U.S. Mint made a major change in quarter production, shifting from 90% silver coins to copper-nickel-clad coins due to rising silver prices. Key errors and their values. 1. Silver transitional era. The most famous era for 1965 quarters is the silver transitional era. Some coins were mistakenly struck on leftover silver planchets from 1964 instead of the intended copper-nickel composition. These coins are highly sought after, with confirmed sales reaching tens of thousands of dollars. For example, a Mint State 62 silver transitional quarter sold for $16,800 in 2020. Values fluctuate between $7,200 and $8,500 for other specimens in excellent condition. Weight check: silver quarters weigh 6.25 grams, while clad quarters weigh 5.67 grams. Edge inspection: silver quarters have a solid silver edge, whereas clad coins show a distinct copper stripe. 2. Double die obverse, DDO, and double die reverse, DDR. Doubling errors occur when the coin is struck more than once, with a slight misalignment. The doubling is visible on inscriptions like "Liberty," "In God We Trust," or the date. These errors can fetch between $40 for lower-grade coins and over $1,000 for high-grade examples in Mint State MS. 3. Off-center strikes. Off-center errors happen when a coin is not aligned correctly during the striking process, leading to a partial or missing image. Extreme off-center strikes can be worth $90 or more in uncirculated condition. 4. Struck on wrong planchette. Some 1965 quarters were accidentally struck on planchets meant for other denominations, such as dimes or pennies. These coins are smaller and lighter than standard quarters. Depending on the error's severity and the coin's condition, values range from $1,300 to $2,000. 5. Double tail error. This unique error involves both sides of the coin showing the reverse design. Double tail errors are exceedingly rare, with only a few known examples. Sales of such coins have reached $41,000 and even $80,000. Collectors must be cautious, as counterfeits exist. Current market interest. Error coins from 1965 continue to gain interest due to their rarity and historical significance. The exact value of these coins depends on factors such as the type of error, the coin's condition, and whether it has been professionally authenticated and graded. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can provide accurate evaluations and certification, which greatly enhance a coin's market value. Conclusion. The 1965 Washington quarter is more than just a piece of currency. It represents a transitional period in U.S. coinage history. For collectors, finding one of these rare error coins is like discovering a hidden treasure. Today, more than 1 million coins are purchased annually. The 1982 D Washington quarter has several potential error types, some of which can be quite rare and valuable to collectors. 1. 1982 DD Washington quarter double die, DO. Description. This error occurs when the die that strikes the coin has been imprinted more than once, resulting in a doubled image. The most common double die is on the obverse front of the coin, where you can see doubling on the Liberty and "In God We Trust." Value. Depending on the severity of the doubling and the coin's condition, a 1982 double die can be worth anywhere from $100 to $500 or more. The more pronounced the doubling, the higher the value. 2. 1982 D Washington quarter with overstruck die. Description. This occurs when a coin is struck by a die that is misaligned or incorrectly paired with another die. The overstrike can result in a portion of the coin's design being duplicated or misprinted. Value. These errors are rare and could fetch values from $50 to $500 or higher, depending on the error's clarity and the condition of the coin. 3. 1982 D. Washington quarter, off-center. Description. In this error, the coin is struck off-center, causing part of the design to be missing or overlapping the edge of the coin. A slightly off-center quarter may still be worth a small premium, while a more dramatic misstrike could be much more valuable. Value. Off-center 1982 D quarters in good condition could be worth $20 to $200, with more extreme cases potentially reaching higher prices. 4. 1982 D Washington quarter with clipped planchet. Description. This occurs when a portion of the coin's metal planchet, the blank before striking, is missing, resulting in a clipped edge. Value. The rarity of a clipped planchet error can push the value to $100 to $300 or higher, depending on the size and clarity of the clip. 5. 1982 D Washington quarter with broad strike. Description. A broad strike occurs when the coin is struck outside of the collar die, resulting in a wider than usual coin with a lack of a reeded edge. Value. A 1982 D quarter with a broad strike can be worth $50 to $200, with higher values for coins in better condition. 6. Die crack or die break. Description. A die crack or die break results from a flaw or crack in the minting die, which transfers to the coin. This can cause extra lines, raised areas, or a chunk of the design to be missing. Value. While die cracks are common, larger and more noticeable die breaks or cracks can make a coin more desirable. Values for die cracks generally range from $5 to $50, but significant die breaks can fetch $100 to $200. Condition errata. The value of any error coin also depends heavily on its condition. Coins with minimal wear and clear errors typically fetch higher prices, while heavily worn coins will generally be worth less. Additionally, rarity plays a role in the final price. The more difficult the error is to find, the more valuable the coin will likely be. The 1973 Washington quarter, while not particularly rare in its standard form, can become valuable if it contains certain minting errors. These errors, though less common, are highly sought after by collectors and can significantly increase the coin's value. 1. Double die obverse, DDO, and double die reverse, DDR errors. A double die obverse, DDO, error occurs when the coin is struck more than once with misaligned dies, causing the design to appear doubled, particularly on the inscriptions like Liberty and In God We Trust. Similarly, a double die obverse, DDO error occurs when doubling is visible on the reverse side, such as on the Eagle or the United States of America inscription. Value. DDO and DDR errors can be worth anywhere from $50 to $150, depending on the clarity of the doubling and the coin's condition. Coins with clear, noticeable doubling are particularly valuable. 2. Off-center strike. An off-center strike happens when the coin is not properly aligned with the coining press, causing the design to be struck off-center. This results in an incomplete or shifted design, making the coin visually striking. Value. A 1973 Washington quarter with an off-center strike can range from $25 to $150, depending on how far off-center the strike is. Coins with larger misalignments or in better condition may be worth more, and dramatic off-center strikes can approach $200 in value. 3. Missing clad layer error. A missing clad layer error occurs when one of the outer layers of the coin, usually the copper-nickel alloy, is absent, revealing the copper core beneath. Value. A 1973 quarter with a missing clad layer on one side may be worth $40 to $325, depending on the size of the missing layer and the coin's overall condition. Coins with a large missing layer are particularly valuable. 4. Struck-through errors. Struck-through error occurs when foreign objects such as grease, dirt, or debris get lodged in the die and leave an imprint on the coin. These errors result in visible marks or patterns on the coin's surface. Value. Struck-through errors on a 1973 quarter can be worth $30 to $100 or more, depending on how noticeable the error is and the overall condition of the coin. 5. Broad strike error. A broad strike error occurs when a coin is struck without a collar, causing it to spread out beyond its normal diameter. This creates a coin with a wider, often misshapen appearance. Value. A 1973 Washington quarter with a broad strike error can be valued between $50 to $100, depending on the extent of the error and the condition of the coin. Conclusion. While most 1973 Washington quarters are common, those with errors like DDO, off-center strikes, missing clad layers, struck-through errors, and broad strikes are much more valuable. These error coins can be worth $25 to $250 or more, depending on the rarity and condition of the error. If you suspect your 1973 quarter has an error, it may be worth having it professionally graded to determine its true value. Value of the 1967 Washington quarter. Given the large mintage of over 1.5 billion, most 1967 quarters in circulated condition are worth only face value, 25 cents. However, uncirculated coins in higher grades can be significantly more valuable. Circulated coins, these typically hold only their face value of 25 cents. Fade MS-60 can be 15 times cheaper than a mere coin. Actually, the highest quality version of a coin with an uncirculated condition, the mint stage MS-60, can be worth $7.50 to $10, while an M65 can be worth about $25. Higher grade coins, such as MS-67, can fetch up to $6,000 depending on the quality. Special mint sets, SMS. In 1967, the U.S. Mint also issued special mint sets, SMS, to replace proof sets. These sets contained coins struck with special dies to create a higher quality finish than regular circulation coins. SMS quarters are highly collectible, and those in higher grades, such as MS-69, can be worth over $150. Error variety. Although most 1967 quarters are typical strikes, certain error coins are highly sought after. Clipped planchet errors. These occur when a portion of the coin is missing due to a minting issue. These can range in value from $12 to $50, depending on the severity of the clip. I have a good argument, but only one twister. That is to say, there is no proof inclined alert to determine the correct answer. In rare cases, 1967 quarters were struck on planchets intended for other denominations like dimes. These coins can be worth up to $550. Missing clad layer. Some coins may have a missing outer layer, revealing the copper core. These errors are generally worth $30 or more. Conclusion. While most 1967 Washington quarters are common and only worth face value, those in higher grades or with error varieties can be valuable. Collectors should carefully examine their coins for potential errors or signs of high-quality minting and may want to consider having them professionally graded. The 1969 Washington quarter, although not rare in standard form, can be valuable if it contains certain minting errors. Error coins are highly collectible, and a 1969 quarter with a mistake can be worth much more than its face value. Double die obverse DDO. One of the most sought-after errors for the 1969 Washington quarter is the double die obverse, DDO. This error occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, causing parts of the design, such as the inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," to appear doubled. The 1969 DDO quarter is valuable to collectors, with prices ranging from $100 to $1,000 or more, depending on the severity of the doubling and the coin's condition. Coins with clear and noticeable doubling in higher grades are especially valuable. 2. Clipped planchet errors. A clipped planchet error occurs when the metal blank, or planchet, is not properly fed into the coining press, resulting in a portion of the coin missing. This creates a distorted shape, often with an uneven or clipped edge. A 1969 quarter with a clipped planchet can be worth $20 to $50 or more. The value depends on how noticeable and large the clip is. More dramatic clips, or those in better condition, can fetch higher prices. 3. Struck-through errors. Full note. A struck-through error happens when foreign objects such as dirt, grease, or other debris become trapped in the die and leave an imprint on the coin when it is struck. For the 1969 Washington quarter, this could result in visible marks or irregularities on the coin's surface. Struck-through errors can increase the coin's value, with prices ranging from $30 to $100 or more, depending on the size and prominence of the error. Both prices typically go up $10 to $50 depending on the size and prominence of the error. 4. Off-center strikes. An off-center strike occurs when the coin is not aligned properly in the coining press, causing the design to be struck off-center. This results in a visually interesting coin with an incomplete design. Off-center 1969 quarters can be worth $20 to $300, depending on how far off-center the strike is and the condition of the coin. The more dramatic the misalignment, the higher the value. 5. Missing clad layer errors. A missing clad layer occurs when one of the coin's outer copper-nickel layers is absent, exposing the copper core. These errors are rare and can make the coin stand out. Missing clad layer errors on a 1969 quarter can be worth $30 to $100 or more, depending on the extent of the error. Hopefully it won't need that to claim. And conclusion, the 1969 Washington quarter, while generally common, can be valuable if it features errors such as the double-die obverse, clipped planchet, struck through, off-center strikes, or missing clad layer. These errors can greatly increase the coin's value, ranging from $20 to $1,000 or more. If you suspect your coin has an error, it may be worth having it professionally graded to determine its authenticity and value.